Hello there YouTubers, I'm Charlie Chittenden and welcome to part 9 of my lucid dreaming videos. In this part, I'll be showing you my favourite top 10 lucid dreaming related movies. Now at number 10, it is a French film called The Science of Sleep. Here it is here. It's approximately 5 years old. To be honest, the plotline of this film isn't particularly great. However, the dream sequences are fantastic and the central character is a lucid dreamer. Without spoiling the film, basically the central character is in love with this woman in his waking life. So in his lucid dreams, he conjures her up and asks her advice on how to seduce her in waking life. So at number 10, that's The Science of Sleep. At number 9, it's a 1990 film called Flatliners. This stars Kiefer Sutherland, Julia Roberts and Kevin Bacon, and it's more of a metaphorical film relating to lucid dreaming. Basically, they're a group of medical students who become fascinated with the concept of life after death, and they send each other into cardiac arrest and subsequently resuscitate each other in order to share their experiences of the afterlife. So of course this does metaphorically relate to lucid dreaming, and it's quite inspiring as you see these characters go on this unpredictable journey of discovery and then return to consciousness and share their experiences. So at number 9, it's Flatliners. At number 8 is another metaphorical lucid dreaming related film, and this is The Jacket, starring Adrien Brody and Keira Knightley. In this film, the central character Adrien Brody, he is forced to sleep inside a morgue drawer, during which he goes to sleep and actually goes into the future in his dreams. And eventually he figures out that he is in another world, in another sort of mental state, and he becomes aware that his physical body is in this morgue drawer, whilst all that he's perceiving isn't real. So again, this relates to lucid dreaming. I quite recommend this film. Adrien Brody is also one of my kind of favourite actors. So at number 8, it's The Jacket. At number 7 is a film that I don't actually have in my possession, but I should mention it because it's one of my favourites, and that is The Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, starring Jim Carrey and Kate Winslet. Again, this is slightly different from the dream state, but it does pertain to the mind fundamentally, which is really all that matters. Jim Carrey is rendered unconscious during this process where he has his memory erased, and he's walking around inside his own mind, watching his memories being erased in front of him. This film brilliantly captures the instability of the dream world better than any other dream or mind-related film. So I definitely recommend this. Virtually every shot in the film, the dream environment has changed or altered in some way. That's very much worth a watch. So at number 7, I think, it's Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. At number 6 is a bit of an old school retro classic, and it's my box set of the Nightmare on Elm Street films. I should say first and foremost that I don't watch these films for the violence. It's mainly because obviously a large percentage of these movies is set in the dream world, but above all because I kind of regard Freddy Krueger as being like a lucid dreamer in the sense that he manipulates and controls the dream world, whereas his victims are having a non-lucid dream, thus why they're terrified, because they don't realise they're dreaming. And it's all quite imaginatively done, and it's quite inspiring, because there are so many films in that box set. It really does explore the diversity and potential diversity of the dream world. So at number 6, that is the Nightmare on Elm Street box set. At number 5 is another film I don't have in my possession, as I've lent it to one of my friends, and it's called The Good Night, which stars Martin Freeman, Gwyneth Paltrow, Danny DeVito and Penelope Cruz. This is one of the few films that I've seen that directly and specifically deals with lucid dreaming. Again, the plot isn't particularly brilliant, but I definitely recommend this film to you if you're unfamiliar with the whole concept of lucid dreaming. So it explains that fairly well. So at number 5, it's The Good Night. At number 4 is a 1983 film called Dreamscape. Now this film stars Dennis Quaid and David Patrick Kelly, who's brilliant as the villain in this film. Basically, it's about these two men. One's a good guy, one's a bad guy, and both of them can enter other people's dreams when they put themselves into into a meditative trance. The bad guy goes into other people's dreams and terrifies them to the degree that they go into cardiac arrest and die in waking life. Now he gets assigned the grisly task of assassinating the President of the United States in his dream. So he goes into the President's dream and attempts to kill the President so that the President will subsequently die in waking life. Now the good guy, he gets assigned the job of going into the President's dream and protecting the President. So these two lucid dreamers are fighting over the President in the President's dream. So it's quite an original kind of eccentric story. So I'd recommend that film. So that's at number 4, Dreamscape. And number 3, it's a film which partly consists of animation. There's a lot of philosophical content in this film, and this is called Waking Life. One of the only real known stars in this film, I'd say, is Ethan Hawke. And as I say, it's a very profound film, and the central character is a teenager, and the entire film is his one long lucid dream throughout the whole duration of the film. But the animation is brilliant, and it's very profound and philosophical, and I definitely recommend this as well. So at number 3, it's Waking Life. At number 2, I really can't praise this next film up enough. It was a really tough decision between this one and my number 1 spot. But it is Vanilla Sky, starring Tom Cruise. This film is absolutely amazing in my opinion. It's definitely the best film Tom Cruise has ever done. It also stars Cameron Diaz, Kurt Russell, Timothy Spall, and Penelope Cruz. The soundtrack to this film is fantastic, and it's also one of the few films that specifically refers to and deals with lucid dreaming. And it also beautifully captures the way that, as people, we think we know the difference between dreams and reality, when in fact we don't. It's only after we awaken from a dream that we realise it was a dream. There are many people that I encounter that claim they know the difference between dreams and reality, but we actually don't. Which is why we go to bed at night and we can have a conversation with Elvis Presley and not even question it. And this film beautifully demonstrates that. It's definitely one of the most emotional and moving films about lucid dreaming I've ever seen. I really recommend it. That's Vanilla Sky at number 2. Number 1, that only leaves one option left really, and it's 3 films in one, and that is my Matrix trilogy box set. Consisting of The Matrix Reloaded, and Matrix Revolutions. Hugo Weaving, who plays the character Agent Smith in these films, is probably my favourite movie villain of all time, and The Matrix itself is a perfect metaphor for lucid dreaming. I also love the fact that the central characters Neo, Morpheus and Trinity kind of know a huge secret, and that is that the world around them is completely fake and none of it's real. And as a lucid dreamer, you kind of feel that. You feel that sense of magical secrecy, that you know something that the majority of oblivious people out there aren't aware of, and that is the fact that what you're experiencing may not be real. So anyway, that's my top 10 videos. If you could rate and comment on this video, it would be brilliant. Or if you could reply with a video response with your top 10 videos, that would be absolutely great as well. Maybe we can inspire each other by recommending different films for us to watch.